Welcome to Ole Walls House. It's me. It's your main man. It's your main man and host, Ole Walls, and I'm back again. Another episode coming your way. Episode 182. Just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody. I appreciate the support, the watches, the listens. So thank you. And thank you for coming back this week. Also want to mention my guy, MJ, over at the Full Range Podcast. Don't forget to check him out, Full Range Podcast, on Spotify. And you can find him on the Ole Walls House YouTube channel. Also, we got a merch shop. Ole Walls House merch shop. Full Range merch shop. It's all one big thing. You can find that on the link in the show notes below. I'm going to look at it. Check it out. Everything is made to ship, so it's all it'll be ready for you shortly. I got a shirt out of there already. I think I might get myself a hat to test run, but the shirt's good. Shirt is solid. A couple shirt options in there. So, and then also, if you guys could, please rate, review, comment, subscribe, and share. Let everybody know Ole Walls House is the place to be. Going to be talking some golf, some baseball, some of my passing thoughts. So, without any further ado, let's just go dive in. Aldrich Potgeter is your winner in 5 playoff holes. Playoff on the PGA Tour at the Rocket Classic. And one of the funniest things I heard was listen to the No Laying Up podcast this morning and heard one of the guys call it the Rocket Don't Call Me Mortgage Classic. Love it, because I don't know when they dropped the Rocket Mortgage part, like the mortgage part of Rocket Classic. Is Rocket Mortgage not called Rocket Mortgage anymore? That could be. Rocket Mortgage. Nope, it's still called Rocket Mortgage. People also ask, what is the Rocket Mortgage scandal? Rocket Homes was accused by the CFPB of illegal kickbacks. Oh, okay. Shocking, right? All right, got a little sidetracked there to start. Aldrich Potgeter opened with 62 in the first rounds of 70, 65 in the middle, then a Sunday 69. Everybody was going deep on Thursday. I think the course record got tied twice, and then Jake Knapp broke it. It's the second course record Jake Knapp has broke on the PGA Tour this year, which is surely something. I don't know what it means, but it means something. So Chris Kirk, Max Grazerman, a guy I picked in fantasy for the week, head to a playoff. Chris Kirk bows out after a couple holes. Does a interview after the second hole when he gets kicked out. By the way, just want to point that out. My guy stood up there, answered some questions about a minute after he'd gotten bounced from the playoffs. So, yeah, you can answer questions after rounds. I'm gonna keep saying things like that until it's necessary. That yes, the media can be annoying, and Colin Morikawa is freaking. I don't know why. But hey, the media questions need to be better. Sure, probably, maybe. Who cares? But like, just answer a couple questions here and there, and just don't make it worse than it is. Speaking of Colin Morikawa, 69 the first day. I think he lost something like 4 shots putting the first day, and then switches putters and finishes 3 out of the playoff. So that would have made a difference. But Aldrich Potgeter gets it done. Max Grazerman had a couple of looks, and I mean looks, to win this thing, and just couldn't quite pull it off. Just ran some putts right by the edge. Just barely missed out. But Aldrich Potgeter, I think he's 20. Aldrich Potgeter. I don't know why I like saying Potgeter so much. I can't help myself. Yeah, he's 20 years old. He was born September of 2004. September 13th, 2004. September of 2004. I was in 8th grade. When this young man was born. Whew. Ay caramba. Make me feel old. I watched a good portion of the back nine. Watched very little before that. Back nine was fun. There were a lot of guys involved. I mean, 12 guys finished within 3 shots. It felt a little tighter at points. Not the most, not the biggest names going on here. Not the Not the greatest golf course in the world. I mean, for PGA Tour golf to like make it interesting, I've not probably if I played, it'd probably be a very nice golf course, but just doesn't do much. Like I said, Jake Knapp goes 72-61. Oh, he did that on Friday, not Thursday. On Thursday, there were 129 rounds. Could have been Friday. Nope, it was Thursday, round 1. 129 players were under par. 1, 2, 9. Shoot, I forget it moves it to cut. I had this listed, and then the cut was 6 under. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Only 17 players were over par. Like, that's absurd. The cut was 6 under. Nobody finished the tournament over par. These guys are really good. Really good. Gordon Sargent played. He's a new fellow. Luke Clanton played. He's a new fellow. Ooh, Luke Clanton. 77 on Saturday. What went wrong, young Luke? Just the snowball. Wow. He was 1 under through 4. And then bogeyed. Made a bogey on... that was a 3-putt whammer on 5 for bogey. On a par 3. Goes to 9. That's 3 more putts there on 9 for another bogey. Now we're 1 over. Missed the green from the fairway. What in the name of Pete? Oh, the tracer's wrong. Oh, I see what it did. Missed the green from 119. Not ideal. That's another 3-banger. That's the third 3-banger on par 3s. We've got another par 3 coming up the 15th. Let's see what we can do here. Do we have one more 3-putt? No, we do not. Intermediate rough. There was a drop in there, but not a penalty drop. Must have hit it something. A sprinkler head, maybe. Last chance at a bogey here. Is it a 3-putt? No, it looks like he airmailed the green. Got himself another drop. Interesting. 2 drops I found on the scorecard. No penalty shots. No penalty shots. But 77, yeah, it just went wrong. Just one of those days, Mr. Clanton. I don't know if you can tell this. I don't have a lot to say about this golf tournament. I'm just kind of rambling on. I think I'm just going to call it the discussion on this. We're at John Deere next week. It's a weird spot in the PGA Tour schedule. John Deere, then we got the Scottish Open, and then it's the British Open. It's just it's a weird part of the schedule. That's all I got for you. Let's move on. The Cleveland Guardians stink. They stink. They got swept by the Cardinals. They've lost 4 in a row. 5 of the last 6. It's bad. They fall into 2.5 games back of the wild card. 11.5 back. Let me say that again. 11. I had to just say it to myself. Didn't want you guys to hear it. But 11.5 games back of the Tigers. Tarek Skubal just went nuts on Sunday Night Baseball, by the way. Struck out 8 of the first 9 batters. Ends up going 7, 1 hit, no runs. Skubal. Stud. Can't wait to see him a couple more times this year. So yeah, Cleveland stinks. Stinks, I tell you. Head to Chicago this week. 3-game set with the Cubs. Starts tomorrow. At least I can't watch that shit. Blacked out, because blackouts are dumb. But if there's any saving graces, I won't have to watch them get probably swept by the Cubs. Stupid Cubs. I mean, they're the best team in the NL Central. Stupid Cubs. Gonna sweep us. Let me tell you some stats. We're just gonna go the last 30 days for the Cleveland Guardians here. Hits. Last in the MLB in hits. By 20. 20 hits. Next worst, 186. They have 166 hits. Hits. That's all they have. 166 in the last 30 days. They've scored a paltry 72 runs. That is last place. By 11. 11 runs. Doubles. Let's move over to doubles, shall we? Hey, they're not in last. tied for second to last with 33. Triples, we don't really care. That's a weird stat. Home runs. You want to guess where they're at in this one? Second to last. Only 2 ahead of the Chicago White Sox and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Runs batted in, you say? Well, when you only score 72, guess what? This number is going to be low. Last, trailing the Chicago White Sox by 9. Let's see. Can they at least get themselves on base with walks? Huh? Not really. There's only 8 teams worse than them in that category. Like, it's just, this is bad. Like, this is some of the worst stuff. Like, this is as bad as you can imagine. Like, they just cannot put runs on the board. Cannot do it. I was so wrapped up in how bad the hitting's been. I didn't even look to see, like, how the pitching's been lately. ERA. Is their ERA any good? No. 19th in the league in ERA. Like, just, good Lord. What about the average they allow? .23 in average allowed. How about home runs given up? Well, it appears they don't really give up home runs. They've only allowed the 21st most home runs in that stretch. So, there's at least something going. Not good. Not good. Just really not good. Just not good. I mean, Manzardo and Jose have 13 homers and 38 RBIs. Carlos Santana has 37 RBIs. I mean, I would love to actually know. I should pull it up. I didn't prepare myself properly. I should have pulled up more just to see how far down the list that is. But, like, it's so bad, man. It is just so bad right now. I mean, Jose Ramirez is an absolute stud, though. 13 home runs, 38 RBIs, 309 from the dish. Like, everything else, it's terrible. It's bad. It's bad. Last year, you can only rely on your bullpen being out of this world for so long. And that was a 1-year thing. That was just a 1-year thing. I mean, Cade Smith's doing well. I mean, he's got 2.36 ERA, but, like, that was down in the ones last year, I'm pretty sure. Class A had into sub-1 ERA last year. He's up over... Is he still up over 3, or is it come... No, 3.28, so, like, that's still up there. I mean, that, you hope that comes down as there's more, smaller sample size there with the closer, but... Oofda. So, Cubs, then the Tigers. Please tell me there's no school. So school is Sunday. They play the Tigers on Saturday. So school's the 1. So the 2 is Monday. The 3 is Tuesday. The 4 is Wednesday. The 5 is Thursday. Oh, perfect. Friday evening. Tarek Skubal coming to the mound. I was hoping to sneak out of there. Oh, great. Well, there won't be any runs scored in that game, I'm sure. Good Lord. It's tough. It's getting really tough. I mean, there was kind of this hope that, Bieber could come back and give something to the rotation on the backside, and I just don't know, man. It may not matter. I mean, 2.5 back in the wild card doesn't sound like much, but there's a boatload of teams. Like, the Red Sox are just 3 back. The Twins and the Royals are 3.5 and 4 back. You get down to the Orioles, they're 7 back. So, there's still 6 other teams involved. That's not even talking about the Rangers and the Angels who are out ahead of them. And like I said, it's 2.5. So, that lead is building with the Rays up there, 3.5 up on the Mariners. So, Cleveland's 6 back of first place in the wild card and 2.5 back of the final spot. I don't know if there's going to be any October baseball in Cleveland this year. It'll probably save me some heartache in October, but it doesn't appear I'll be getting amped up and hoping for a magical run to the World Series. But we'll We'll always have Big Christmas. We'll always have Big Christmas. That's what I can say. On to another week. Yes. Time for some passing thoughts. Okay. Let's start with Jake Paul. Little mini fight game in here. I didn't watch the fight. I kind of forgot about it. I failed to talk about it last week because I didn't really know it was happening. But this was my impression. I'm not surprised, first of all, that he won this fight. And what did surprise me was seeing people like act like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. was gonna be some like real foil for him, like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. still good, like a real boxer. And I know this guy, had won titles in his career, but he hasn't been serious about fighting in forever. Like his last fight was against Uriah Hall, who was an MMA guy. Like he's not this wasn't serious. And like I saw someone said that, like, I think it was even Piers Morgan. Like, why is Piers Morgan talking about boxing? Said that like Jake Paul fights rigged. They're not rigged. Like there's a lot of shit that's rigged in boxing. Jake Paul fights aren't one of them. But like I even saw like boxing commentators like Chris Mannix and Sergio Mora, who calls fights, being like saying they're going to bet on JCC Jr. to win by decision. And I'm like, what do we, I said to myself, I'm like, are we still doing this with like Jake Paul? Like the boxing people are going to be like, oh, he's going to fight someone even remotely like a fighter. It's not going to like, no, like he's going to beat these guys. Like all the time. He's going to beat guys like Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., whose last fight before fighting Uriah Hall was against David Zagara, who doesn't have a fucking Wikipedia page. He lost to Anderson Silva's old ass 4 years ago. He lost to Anderson Silva. His last like real boxing match was against Danny Jacobs in 2019, and he completely quit in that fight. He wasn't competitive against Canelo 8 years ago in 2017. When was his last title? I mean, he at one point fought for a light heavyweight title in 2015. He lost the middleweight title to Sergio Martinez in 2012. That was about the last time he was relevant. And we're going to act like all surprised that Jake Paul beat him? Like, no. What are we doing? That said, so let's get, like, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is a joke of a fighter. I saw people picking him. I'm like, no, like Jake Paul's going to win. Real easy for me to say in hindsight, obviously, like on the pod. I would have felt a lot better about myself if I'd come on last week and said that. But like, you put Jake Paul up against like these bums, like he's gonna beat him. And sorry, I don't mean to call Mike Tyson a bum, but like Mike Tyson was old. But like Mike Perry, whoever the hell Ryan Borland is, Andre August, like Nate Diaz. He's fought one like active boxer in his life and he lost. Granted, it wasn't, a wide decision, but it was Tommy Fury. I mean, he split with Tyron Woodley. Granted, that was a few years ago. I did see him being like, you're going to have to rank me now. Like, no. Julio Cesar Chavez shot. Was Julio Cesar Chavez box rec ranking? 1 million. It's got to be over 50. Can I really not look at box rec without seeing? He's currently rated 151 at cruiserweight. Again, also cruiserweight. This dude used to fight at middleweight. Okay, that's over. So keep giving Jake Paul tomato cans, and God love him. If he wants to keep fighting these dudes and just keep stacking piles of money in his pocket, Go for it. Go for it. He also said he wanted to fight either Anthony Joshua, who weighs 60 pounds more than him, or Tank Davis, who he weighs 60 more pounds than. Like, there's your sign. This dude's not serious. This isn't a serious thing. All right. Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. There was quite a few other moving parts in that. I just saw Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers. I haven't caught up on it post work here. They swapped Minka Fitzpatrick, though, right? Yeah, the Steelers get Jalen Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, a 2027 7th round. The Dolphins get Minka Fitzpatrick and a 2027 5th round. So, interesting. Let's see, who is it? CBS Sports does not like this for the Dolphins. They gave him a C. They have to pay $15 million for Fitzpatrick. Trademarks, yeah, whatever. Interesting deal. Steelers seem to be making moves, try to get into some stuff. They got old Raji's in town. Hey, Rodgers! One other sports thing here. Well, there'll be a couple others. There's actually a lot of sports adjacent things here. This one is very sports related. Brooks Koepka withdrew from wherever the hell Liv was this week due to sickness. But there was like a statement that came out that said if he wanted to, he could come back on the weekend, but his score just would only count for the team score, not for his personal score. He withdrew. Let me say that all again. He withdrew from the tournament due to illness. Looks pretty healthy, fucking beating the shit out of that tee marker. It's awesome. So, Brooks Koepka withdraws from the tournament due to illness, but would have been allowed to return to the tournament at a later time. He could have withdrawn on Friday and come back on Saturday. But his individual score wouldn't count, but his score could count to the team. And there's people out there in the world that will tell you someone can withdraw from a tournament, then just automatically re-enter it, and I'm supposed to take whatever that league, organization, whatever you want to call it, seriously? He withdrew from the tournament. They said you can just come on back. Liv is a joke, man. Liv is an absolute joke. I tell you. It's a joke. Oh, gosh. What else we got going on? I talked about that. I saw something on Instagram. It was like, name the professional sports team that has multiple sports teams have the same name. And I forget what it was. Was it the Red? No. It was something in a hockey one. Oh, there were like 6. Panthers would be one. Either way, somebody commented on it. The Tampa Bay and Milwaukee Bucks. I shit you not. The Tampa Bay and Milwaukee Bucks. Just let that sink in. They, in fact, are both called the Bucks. The problem is, one is a buccaneer, which is a pirate. The other is a deer, a buck, a male deer. They're also spelled differently. B-U-C-S, B-U-C-K-S. And Homeboy, in his comment, spelled them different. I pray, and I pray that this person was just trolling. I really hope. But you just never know, man. Maybe they got me. I've been known to be got. Maybe they did. Maybe they got me one more time. I don't know. It could be proven wrong that they did not, in fact, get me. And that they are, in fact, stupid. That is a strong possibility that person is, in fact, stupid. It's possible I got. Let's not discount my gullibility. Is that a word? Gullibility? I'm going to look that up. Gullibility? No way. Gullibility. It's a word. Gullibility is a word. It's a failure of social intelligence. Well, in which a person is easily tricked or manipulated into an ill-advised course of action. It's happened to me a time or two in my life. Gullibility. That just sounds like a word I struggle to say.
Gullibility.
It sounds better when she says it. Can you guys hear that? What if I put the mic right here?
Gullibility.
Oh, did you hear that now? You might have. Sounds much better. Gullibility. That's a good one. This is a good little... No, where is it? There it is. All right, I'm going to share that with you. This is a good one. Disregard what's being said on here. I just like this picture. That's a great picture. Gullibility test. Whoops, I've scrolled away. There it is. That's great. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. I watched the first time ever. Friend of the program, Mr. Jeff Slanovic, was in town. Stopped by the homestead. Played a couple rounds at the home track. We watched a hater series, a Riggs hater series. Never watched one of these before. I'd say you could almost call me a Riggs hater. Be happy to get on the Riggs hater series. I'm not the biggest Riggs fan. Not gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie. That said, I don't think his handicap is fake. And boy, oh boy, did he golf his ball in the one at Weekopaw against this fella Vinny. This guy was an idiot. I mean, he had me rooting for Riggs. I didn't want to root for Riggs, but here I am watching this stupid idiot Vinny. He's badgering him about playing the tips. Don't play the tips. You don't need to play the tips. Like, let's just get that out there. He's like, a 4 or 5 handicaps, they play the tips. You do not need to. My home track is 6,500 yards, 65 and change. It's almost 66. I'm not a bomber by any stretch of the imagination. If I have a good day, like playing a place from like 7,200 yards, I can break 80. You get me up to about 7. I'm well within my rights. I hit my irons relatively far, so like I make up for some length that I lose with the D-Dog with my irons. So like I can get it done from like 69. And if I hit my driver well, I hit it decently far. But like 72, and like again, I can do it. It's just not enjoyable. It slows down pace. So every jackass that like walks to the back of a 6,600 yard course, like if you don't play fast, just go up. Just move up. You don't got to go back there. It's not necessary. You don't need it. So big boy Vinny's back there. We don't play that. This dude never shut the fuck up. He got closed out in 13 holes and had me loving it because I was just loving watching Riggs kick his ass. Riggs had a tasty little short game on him, too. I mean, he was getting it up and down from the freaking desert. Literally. He was out in the desert at Weekopaw. He was, like, even through 13 holes from the tips at fucking Weekopaw. Which is a perfect example that, like, when you have your day, 4 handicap, you can get it around, you get up and down, you make a couple putts. Like, you can play a really good round, even from the tips. Just move up. It's not necessary. It's just really not. Just up one. Just like if the tips is 72, just go up to 68. You're fine. I watched a little bit of, what was it, Night of Champions? Whatever WWE was. Be honest with you, I had it on for the majority of the day. Or the majority of the thing. Or all the thing, I think. Because the Randy Orton-Cody Rhodes match was first. I came into that one just like a couple minutes late. But I watched all that. One of my favorite wrestling tropes of all time. Cody Rhodes had Randy Orton in the figure 4 leg lock. And I said it to myself the second it went in. I literally said, aloud, in my basement, watching alone, oh, Randy's just got to roll over, reverse the pressure. And sure as shit, in about 20, 30 seconds, and there's Michael Cole on the announce table. Orton trying to roll over to reverse the pressure, put it back on Rhodes. It's like, what? I love that trope for some reason. Like, it's so dumb. Like, why does rolling over matter? you're still like in the same position. Like, would that actually matter? Let me see if I can Google this. Would rolling over in the figure, this is going to be impossible to find. Figure 4, reverse the pressure. We'll see if something pops up here. Yes, rolling over while in a figure 4 leg lock can reverse the pressure, making it hurt the person applying the hold. The reversal is also often used in professional wrestling as a way to create dramatic tension. The initial figure 4 leg lock hold traps the opponent's legs between the legs of the person applying, putting pressure on the knee and ankle. Rolling over, when the person trapped in the figure 4 rolls over, they are essentially using their body weight to push against the person applying the hold, reversing the direction of force. While the dramatic element of rolling over in a figure 4 is often emphasized in wrestling, the technique is grounded in real mechanics, and that can be painful and even damaging. Huh. That said, the Sportster says 12 myths fans have about wrestling submission holds that just aren't true. This is where classic Pete, yeah, whatever. All right, I've gone too deep into whether or not a professional wrestling move actually makes sense. That was probably where hang on. Just wait 1 second. I failed again. They got me. I've been had. It's been had. Did I miss anything else? No. We gotta keep rolling. We got more things here. Went to a housewarming party, and the house was right across from a park. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are a couple people rolled up to it, and they're a little rough looking. I was like, "Ooh, what kind of housewarming party are we going to here?" Well, this it seemed to be a family, husband, wife, and a son, maybe a little older son. They're gonna go have some lunch in the park. Very nice of them. Like I said, you've seen a little rough looking, just a smidge. So they're walking over there. They got some food, maybe. I don't know if I'm envisioning this correctly in my head of my memory. I think I saw the lady walk in with just a whole bag of bread. Maybe they're just going to, make the sandwiches there. They didn't pre-make them. Anyway, I know for a fact what I saw the son carrying. My guy was carrying not one, not two, but three. 3 Mountain Dews, triple dews. You got to really like your dew if you're on a trip do it. Go 3 Mountain Dews and roll in there. Yeah. Whew. Ay caramba. I'm gonna say something, and I know this is controversial. This is a hot take. Hot take. Kid Rock is better than Zach Bryan. I said it. Kid Rock is better than Zach Bryan. Zach Bryan is overrated. He's got some great songs. Don't get me wrong. But you get outside like the, 5, 6, 7 really good ones? He's another artist. Like, you get told that he's the greatest thing ever. Like, I disagree. He puts albums that are 30 songs long, and 25 of them are indistinguishable from the next. I get it. You write your own lyrics. You're a cool guy. Cool. Kid Rock's better than you. It's just fact of life. Hey, maybe you evolve a little bit. Kid Rock evolved in his life. Maybe you can. I'm going to end with this. Went to Summerfest over in Milwaukee this weekend. I had some fears. I was coming off a vacation, and I had somehow booked myself to leave my house and stay in a hotel again 4 days after I got back. Did not regret it. Went and saw the Killers. Fantastic. Just a completely enjoyable experience. We've been going through a little heat wave here in the Midwest. Cooled off just enough. It was like 80 that night, cooled down to like mid to low 80 that day, cooled down to like mid to 70s that evening. Still a smidge warm, but doable. Had myself a couple of tasty adult beverages. The Summerfest is right on Lake Michigan, so a little cooler breeze coming off. Cold War Kids was the opener. They were very good. I'm gonna listen to myself a little more Cold War Kids. And then the Killers came on. Brought the energy. Just brought the energy the whole time. A couple things I really enjoyed. Obviously, the Killers have some absolute bangers. They kept the pace up. You know, you go to some of these bands and like in between songs, they're like telling you stories and like da 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 da. Shut up. Play me music. And you know what? That's exactly what the Killers did. Couple, thank you. We really appreciate you in between. But it was just bam, 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 rolling out the hits, bringing the energy. That lead singer was fired up and getting after it all night long. Obviously, Mr. Brightsides, a goddamn classic. All these things I've done when we were young, somebody told me, all the other songs, just absolutely fantastic. I have to say another thing. The Killers are, about what, 20 years old now. It leads to a little bit different population in the crowd. There's not really that many Utes. We weren't up on the lawn, outdoor stadium, arena, lawn. The lawn's very small there, actually, but we weren't on it. So, I mean, that would be where the Utes would probably be. But I didn't see a lot of Utes running around. I'm in my old man phase here. I really enjoyed that. But it's a nice, middle-aged crowd. Everybody's having a good time. But, it's not too rowdy. So, the old man in me enjoyed that. So, the Killers, if you get a chance to go see them live and in concert, I would highly, highly, highly suggest it. That's all I got. Let's go wrap this thing up. Closing time, everybody. Just want to say thank you again. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the watches. Appreciate the listen. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Producer Kevy, for getting us started on the video path. Don't forget to check out my guy MJ over at the Full Range Podcast on Spotify, or you can find him on the Ole Walls House YouTube channel. Don't forget to check out our merch shop, link in the show notes. Back next week. There's more golf. I'm sure Cleveland will be disappointing. Who knows what other shenanigans I'll get myself into over this 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July. USA. America's the best place in the world. Till next week. Peace.